तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्।
महागणपति नमोस्तुते। महागणपति नमोस्तुते। महागणपति नमोस्तुते। महागणपति नमोस्तुते। मातङ्गवदना नमोस्तुते। मातङ्गवदना नमोस्तुते। मातङ्गवदना नमोस्तुते। मातङ्गवदना नमोस्तुते। महा
सद्गुरु ब्रह्म सनातन है, सद्गुरु ब्रह्म सनातन है। परम दया घन पावन है, परम दया घन पावन है। जन्म दुख विनाशन है, जन्म दुख विनाशन है। जगदोद्धारण कारण है, जगदोद्धारण कारण है। साई कृष्ण जनार्दन है, सत्य साई कृष्ण जनार्दन है। भव भय जलधि तारण है, भव भय जलधि तारण है। सद्गुरु ब्रह्म सनातन है, परम दया घन पावन है। जन्म दुख विनाशन है, जगदोद्धारण कारण है। साई कृष्ण जनार्दन है, जनार्दन है, जनार्दन है, जनार्दन है। साई कृष्ण जनार्दन है, भव भय जलधि तारण है, भव भय जलधि तारण है। सद्गुरु ब्रह्म सनातन है।
त्रिपुर सुन्दरी मा अम्बदया सागरे मा हरे मा अम्ब दया सागरे मा त्रिपुर सुंदरी मा अम्ब दया सागरे मा सुंदर वदनी मा अम्ब सुगुण मनोहरि मा सुंदर वदनी मा अम्ब सुगुण मनोहरि मा अम्ब सुगुण मनोहरि मा अम्ब सुगुण मनोहरि मा जय जग जननी मा अम्ब जगदोधारिणी मा जय जग जननी मा अम्ब जगदोधारिणी 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 मा जय जग जननी मा अम्ब जगदोधारिणी मा जय जग जननी मा अम्ब जगदोधारिणी मा पति निवासिनी मा अम्ब पाप विमोचनी मा पति निवासिनी मा अम्ब पाप विमोचनी मा पुट्टपति निवासिनी मा अम्ब पाप विमोचनी मा पुट्टपति निवासिनी मा अम्ब पाप विमोचनी मा त्रिपुर सुंदरी मा अम्ब दया सागरी मा
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमो भगवते रामरूपाय नमो भगवते रामरूपाय नमो भगवते रामरूपाय नमो भगवते रामरूपाय नमो भगवते श्यामरूपाय नमो भगवते श्यामरूपाय नमो भगवते श्यामरूपाय नमो भगवते श्यामरूपाय नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय राम रहीम कृष्ण करीम येशु बुद्ध महावीर 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 सर्वधर्म प्रिय साई देवाय 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 भगवते रामरूपाय
नमो भगवते रामरूपाय
नमो भगवते श्यामरूपाय
नमो भगवते श्यामरूपाय
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
राम रहीम कृष्ण करीम येषु बुद्ध महावीर
राम रहीम कृष्ण करीम येषु बुद्ध महावीर
सर्वधर्म प्रिय साई देवाय
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 नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
प्रणवस्वरूपा हरि ओम साई
प्रणवस्वरूपा हरि ओम साई
प्रणवस्वरूपा हरि ओम साई
प्रणवस्वरूपा हरि ओम साई
नारायण हरि ओम
नारायण हरि ओम
नारायण हरि ओम
नारायण हरि ओम
सत्य साईश्वराय हरि ओम
सत्य साईश्वराय हरि ओम
सत्य साईश्वराय हरि ओम
सत्य साईश्वराय हरि ओम
यादवाय माधवाय गोविन्दाय नमः
यादवाय माधवाय गोविन्दाय नमः
यादवाय माधवाय गोविन्दाय नमः
यादवाय माधवाय गोविन्दाय नमः
परमात्मा रूपाय हरि ओम
परमात्मा रूपाय हरि ओम
परमात्मा रूपाय हरि ओम
परमात्मा रूपाय हरि ओम
हरि ओम हरि ओम
हरि ओम हरि
साईश्वराय हरि ओम
सत्य साईश्वराय हरि
प्रणव स्वरूपा हरि ओम साई
प्रणव स्वरूपा हरि ओम साई
नारायण हरि ओम सत्य साई पादाम्बुजं भज रे मानस निरन्तरम्
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 परम पवित्रं पावन चरणं
परम पवित्रं पावन चरणं
परम पवित्रं पावन चरणं
परम पवित्रं पावन चरणं
कलिमल दहनं श्री गुरु 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 चरणं
भव भयनाशन दुरित निवारण
भव भयनाशन दुरित निवारण
भव भयनाशन दुरित निवारण
भव भयनाशन दुरित निवारण
पतिपुरीश्वर पंकज चरणं
पतिपुरीश्वर पंकज चरणं
पतिपुरीश्वर पंकज चरणं
पतिपुरीश्वर पंकज चरणं
भज रे मानस निरन्तरम्
भज रे मानस निरन्तरं
भज भज रे मानस निरन्तरम्
भज भज रे मानस निरन्तरं
सत्य साई पादाम्बुजं भज रे मानस निरन्तरम्
सत्य साई पादाम्बुजं भज रे मानस निरन्तरं
परम पवित्रं पावन चरणं
परम पवित्रं पावन चरणं
कलिमल दहनं श्री गुरु चरणं
कलिमल दहनं श्री गुरु चरणं
भव भयनाशन दुरित निवारण
भयनाशन दुरित निवारण
पतिपुरीश्वर पंकज चरणं
पतिपुरीश्वर पंकज चरणं
भज रे मानस निरन्तरम्
भज रे मानस निरन्तरं
भज भज रे मानस निरन्तरम्
भज भज रे मानस निरन्तरं
भज भज रे मानस निरन्तरम्
भज भज रे मानस निरन्तरं
भज भज रे मानस निरन्तरम्
भज भज रे मानस निरन्तरं
भज भज रे मानस निरन्तरम्
भज भज रे मानस निरन्तरं
भज भज रे मानस निरन्तरम्
भज भज रे मानस निरन्तरं
सत्य साई पादाम्बुजं भज रे मानस निरन्तरम्
धिम्मिक्क धिम्मिक्क धिम धिम्मिक्क धिम्मिक्क धिम नाचे भोलानाथ। ओम धिम्मिक्क धिम्मिक्क धिम धिम्मिक्क धिम्मिक्क धिम नाचे भोलानाथ।
धिमिक धिमिक धिम धिमिक धिमिक धिम नाचे भोलानाथ।
नाचे भोलानाथ।
नाचे भोलानाथ।
नाचे भोलानाथ।
धिमिक धिम नाचे भोलानाथ।
मृदंग बोले शिव शिव शिव
बोले शिव शिव शिव
डमरू बोले हर हर हर
डमरू बोले हर हर हर
वीणा बोले साई राम साई राम
बोले साई राम साई राम
नाचे भोलानाथ
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 नाचे भोलानाथ।
धिमिक धिमिक धिम धिमिक धिमिक धिम नाचे भोलानाथ
धिमिक धिमिक धिम धिमिक धिमिक धिम नाचे भोलानाथ।
मृदंग बोले शिव शिव शिव
रंग बोले शिव शिव शिव
डमरू बोले हर हर हर
डमरू बोले हर हर हर
वीणा बोले साई राम साई राम
बोले साई राम साई राम
नाचे भोलानाथ
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 नाचे भोलानाथ।
धिमिक धिमिक धिम धिमिक धिमिक धिम नाचे भोलानाथ।
Anger is one of the most destructive of human emotions. It robs us of peace of mind and clouds our ability for rational thinking. Wisdom that we had accumulated over a lifetime and social etiquette that we had learned with great effort all vanishes in a moment of fury. We all have seen temper tantrums destroy families and ruin organizations. In anger, we say things that we later live to regret. Unfortunately, words once spoken cannot be retracted. Like an email once sent cannot be deleted. That is why the thumb rule is that if you framed an email in a bad mood, wait for 24 hours before you click the send button. One boy had a difference of opinion with his friend over a small matter. He became furious and exclaimed, "I hate you! I hate you!" Later, when the rage subsided, he thought, what was it all about? We are all different and have the right to our individual opinions. He humbly apologized to his friend, and the friend accepted it. But the relationship was never the same. That compatibility and trust had changed forever. And what do we become angry about? It could either be people or events. Let's say you got caught in a traffic jam and that makes you mad. Or your flight is delayed and you are furious about it. Whatever be the case, that anger, whether it's a small irritation or a huge rage, it has extremely debilitating effects upon the body and the mind. Anger causes the brain to trigger the release of two hormones, adrenaline, which is epinephrine, and cortisol. These two are known as the stress hormones. They result in an increase in the blood pressure and the bodily temperature. Now, when this happens once in a while, the body can make up for it. But when it is a regular occurrence, it can result in headaches, digestive problems, insomnia, eczema, high BP, and much more. That is why our scriptures have referred to anger as a manas rog or mental affliction. The Bhagavad Gita states, Krodhat bhavati sammohah, sammohat smriti vibhramah, smriti bhranchat buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranashyati. Arjun, Sri Krishna says, anger results in sammoh or clouding of judgment, and sammohat smriti vibhramah. Because of that, the memory is bewildered. And when the memory gets bewildered, the intellect is destroyed. Buddhinashat pranashyati. That results in the downfall of the soul. Mark Twain put it very well. He said, anger is an acid that hurts the vessel in which it is stored far more than anything on which it is poured. Something to think about. When we are hurt, we harbor resentment and negativity, and sometimes even think of hurting the other person without realizing that these sentiments injure us more than anybody else. As the saying goes, the only thing that gets worse the more you nurture it is a grudge. Suresh was the only tailor in a little village. Having a monopoly, he would charge whatever he wished and became arrogant and would behave badly with his customers who had no other choice. One day, an old lady came and settled in that village. She approached Suresh for employment and he shooed her off. She finally purchased a sewing machine, created a shop out of wood, and started her own tailoring shop. She was good in her craft and well behaved, and the customers started flocking to her. Seeing her success, Suresh was filled with jealousy and rage. In order to pacify her husband, Suresh's wife went and purchased that tailoring shop from the old lady for 1 lakh rupees on the condition that she would leave the village never to return. However, Suresh at night, to vent his anger, went and burnt that shop. In the morning, when his wife came to know, she said, "What did you do? I had purchased it for you for 1 lakh rupees. Well, that is how it is with anger. We feel it towards others, but it resides like acid in our hearts and harms us. If we can avoid angry sentiments, it will help greatly in the purification of our mind. So how then do we eliminate anger from our psyche? Let me read to you a little bit about it from my latest book, Golden Rules for Living Your Best Life. Anger is a symptom of a greater disease within our psyche, which is desire. Let us briefly deconstruct desire. When our mind gets attached, it leads to desire. If the positive or negative desire is fulfilled, all remains well. But if our desire gets thwarted, we become annoyed. So how can we overcome this? The Bhagavad Gita presents the solution. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinah rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. Aspirants may restrain the senses from their objects of enjoyment, but the taste for the sense objects remains. However, even this taste ceases for those who realize the Supreme. So replace your material desires with divine yearnings, the desire to serve, the desire to glorify the Lord, the desire for divine knowledge, and so on. Spiritual aspirations elevate and purify the mind, because the object of attachment is pure. Purity of mind naturally eradicates anger from the root. This, of course, is the ultimate solution to sublimate our desires. But until we reach there, we also need some life hacks on how to reduce anger within our personality, which I have mentioned in the book. Here is the first one. Watch out for the triggers. Some people repeatedly become annoyed when their children don't listen to them. Some get mad when their parents try to force their opinion upon them. So try and figure out what is your trigger and watch out for it. The next point. Delay your response by just a few moments. The initial retaliatory response comes from the right brain. It is often irrational and detrimental to us. If you can just hold on for a few moments, the next thought out, logical, beneficial response comes from the left brain. So either take a few deep breaths, or else hold your breath and count from 1 to 60. One lady had a terrible anger, and everybody in the village was so scared of her they would avoid even speaking to her. She herself became fed up of her nature and went to a Mahatma for advice. That sage took out a bottle from his closet and he said, "It's not a big deal. I've got a medicine for your rage. Whenever you become furious, take a few sips. It will work like magic. She took the bottle with complete faith. Now, every time she would become angry, she would take a few sips and the anger would subside. After a week, the bottle was finished. She returned to the sage and said, Maharaj, your medicine worked like magic. Can I please have another bottle? The sage said, it only contained H2O, pani, water. But how did it work on me? It gave you a few moments of respite. And in the meantime, your left brain kicked in. Why are you becoming angry? It's not beneficial for you. I once read the story of Aditya Birla in The Speaking Tree. He is the CEO of the mega corporation Hindalco, Hindustan Aluminium Corporation. One of his executives took a wrong decision which resulted in the loss of many crores of rupees to Hindalco. Aditya Birla was in a mood to dismiss him immediately. But instead, he took a paper and pen and began writing out the good qualities of that executive and all the value he had added to the corporation, the times that his decisions resulted in crores of rupees of profit. So finally, when he called him over, he was able to take a logical decision and get him to continue in the company. Now, this news spread in Hindalco and it transformed the culture of the whole organization to one of tolerance, freedom from fury, and empathy. Finally, anger is a consequence of tamoguna, the mode of ignorance. The more you can free your personality from tamoguna, the more you will be rid of anger. So, take charge of what you see, what you hear, what you read, and most important, what you eat. Simply, if you reduce your chilies intake, you will find that you have much better control over your anger. I hope these few tips will help you in your efforts to become a better person.
Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Swami Sathya Sai Hare, Bhaktana Samrakshaka, Bhaktana Samrakshaka, Bhakti Maheshwara. Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Shashi Bhagana Shri Kala Sarva Pranapati, Swami Sarva Pranapati, Ashrita Kalpaladika, Ashrita Kalpaladika, Apar-Pandava. Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Mata Pita Guru Daivam Mariyantayu Nive, Swami Mariyantayu Nive, Nana Brahma Jagannatha, Nana Brahma Jagannatha, Nagendra Shayana. Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Omkar Rupa Jasi Sai Mahadeva, Sathya Sai Mahadeva, Mangala Harati Antuko, Mangala Harati Antuko, Mangala Giridhari. Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Narayana Narayana. सद्गुरुदेवा शांति 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 समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु शांति 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 जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा